Season 1 patch is finally out for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I guess you could say pre-Season 1 patch, considering Season 1 doesn't actually come out until Thursday, but at least in the patch today, there was supposed to be lots of bugs and fixes. The content won't come till Thursday, but the bugs and fixes and glitches and the logins and the matchmaking and all of that stuff was supposed to be fixed today. Well, we went on live stream for about 6 or 7 hours and tested a lot of things, a lot of problems that I was having to see what was fixed, maybe see what wasn't fixed. And I can already tell you it was one of the most miserable gaming experiences that I have had in a very long time. One of the most frustrating gaming experiences. I'm going to tell you about all the new problems that I have certainly come across, because I've said in past videos, ever since the game has launched, every single patch that has come out in this game has made my personal experience worse. It has never fixed a single thing, almost, pretty much never fixed a single thing, and only made the playable experience for me worse. And I tell you, I have absolutely about had it. So we're going to be jumping from good things and bad things back and forth. This is kind of just in the order of the stream that I tested things on. And the first thing that I did test was the loot pool in the incursions for tier 1. Now, some of these problems other people might not have, and that's perfectly fine, but I'm just going to be referring to certain problems from me. Now, for me, I could not get Bane's Rage tier 1 infamy items in anything, in any sort of level, any sort of mastery, any sort of anything. And so I was trying to farm all master items, especially weapons, and try to get all the tier 1, because those are the ones I still didn't have. And so anytime I played any of these masteries that were in Bane's Rage, which says added to the loot pool, Bane's Rage, tier 1 stuff, tier 1 would never drop it, only be tier 2. Well, that is now fixed, I will say. It does drop tier 1 stuff. The only problem is that it doesn't always drop weapons. Like sending a signal should drop weapons, because it says that this is for weapons. But I would get shields, I would get grenades, I would get random things. Sometimes I would get weapons, but at least 100% of the time when I did the Bane's Rage tier 1 up to mastery 13 and above mastery 60 as well, in the hundreds or whatever, when you do that, you can get tier 1 stuff. But every time I did do this, I would at least get a tier 1 item, but it just isn't weapons. Sometimes it's other stuff. And I tried it on the other one, like the Poison Ivy one, which gives you, I think, grenades and shields, maybe grenades and something else. Sometimes I would get weapons. Sometimes it just seemed random to me. But at least it's tier 1. Then we got the Kill Brainiac Mastery Progression, which at the very beginning, first time I ever did it, best pay attention, my personal best. That is the one that it's stuck on, and that is the one that it's always been. I have done all sorts of different tiers, all sorts of different masteries, and it never progresses. And that's still the case. It still does not progress. It still shows as best pay attention is still only as high as I've ever gotten, even though I've completed all the way in the 20s, 30s, 40s. And speaking of the Kill Brainiac mission or incursion itself, the one that you had to collect the shards with the truck, the one with the brutes, the very first round, I would kill the brutes and sometimes they wouldn't drop any shards. And so there was a few times in which I killed all the enemies and I didn't get enough shards to fill up the truck, and I would have to hard reset the game or just quit the game or quit the incursion and just start over. And it didn't happen all the time, but it did happen twice, in which when we were trying to test it, in which the brutes wouldn't drop any shards and I had to reset the game or reset the mission. The unable to reach server, please attempt to sign on again. This goes back to the Kill Brainiac mission or Kill Brainiac incursion. This happened to me 2 or 3 times after I completed the mission, the ones that I did complete. We would go back to try to check to see if we got progression, and it would completely kick me out. I would hit accept, it would go to the home screen, and it would just load and load and load and load, and it would be infinite, and it would never let me go back to the screen. I would have to hard reset the game just to start over. And yeah, very frustrating. Before, I wouldn't progress. Now I can't even complete some of the Brainiac missions, and even sometimes we get completely kicked out because of servers. I will have to say one positive though is that the AR scanner actually works with the Riddler trophies, and I did have a couple Riddler trophies that I could not find, and so I kept scanning around until I actually found it. This is the maximum distance that you can be from the Riddler trophy. So it's like 50, 75 meters or something like that. It does not go as far as the enemies, but at least you can see it. It's a yellow outline, and you can at least use the AR scanner to find and collect the Riddler trophies. Like I said, there wasn't many good things, and that was one of the few. Another problem that I have had that I have never in this game's history since the start of the game has ever had a problem with it is raising hell. My raising hell will not progress now. And matter of fact, once I completed all of tier 1, I didn't even get sent the raising hell squad, nor did I even get the rewards, nor did anything happen after that. It is stuck on tier 1. It will not progress. It will not reset. I even went to multiplayer. Multiplayer, reset itself. But then when I went out of multiplayer, it went back to fully leveled up or fully marked boxes of all tier 1. So I can't even do tier 1 now of raising hell because for whatever reason, it is now glitched. Before, I used to be able to do tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 over and over and over and over again and get multiple rewards. Now I can't. I think certainly one of the biggest questions about this patch was going to be matchmaking. And now we're going to talk about our matchmaking experience. Adding friends, not really too much of a problem. There was a time where I left my lobby open for people to join, and we did have random people join when it was only open to friends. When it was open to friends, random people were able to join, but when I opened it to the public, nobody would join. And so I don't, know what's going on with the matchmaking. But as far as getting in with friends, we really didn't have too many issues with that at all. Before, we could only get in one person, and that was it. And then after that, we would get stuck, and the other third person or fourth person or whatever would get kicked out. But at least when we were matchmaking, we did get in with friends. We're able to do some incursions with friends. And in the beginning, at the lower levels, didn't have too many problems. We did have some bugs and glitches that we will talk about once we started doing level 200. And once we started doing level 200, oh my gosh, were there lots of problems. Not only was the lag absolutely unplayable, I would sometimes enter spectator mode, which you see right here, where I would just float in the air. This was after I would do my traversal. Teammates wouldn't get ammo. Their ammos would be completely missing. We would use a shotgun. It would start with like 12 bullets. We'd shoot one, then it'd go down to 2 bullets, and then 1 bullet, and then you would have to reload, and then you couldn't find ammo anymore. Not only that, the amount that the enemies would just stand around, they wouldn't do anything. We would throw a grenade, it would bounce in random places, wouldn't even explode. The lag was just stupid, crazy. I mean, probably one of the most miserable experiences when it comes to multiplayer in this game I have absolutely ever had. Nothing worked. And I know people have said in stream, when we were doing this on stream, that there was before it did this already. Like, this was a thing that already happened. And if that's the case, I don't know. Didn't we just have a patch? Like, didn't they just say they fixed some stuff? Why is it still a problem? I don't know. So you can't do mastery anymore with friends because this happens? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So to sum everything up, I mean, how good was this 45 gigabyte patch, and how much did they really fix? Well, to be honest, if it stays like this for me for season 1, they made it infinitely worse than it already was. And I tell you, I am about at my limit for what I can take when it comes to a game that just continuously gets worse with every single patch. And that might not be for everybody. Not every single person is obviously going to have the same experiences. But for me, is matchmaking still a problem? Yes. Is login still a problem? I mean, maybe we can log in, yes. But do we get kicked off the servers? Yes. Is co-op still a problem? Yes. Is Brainiac progression still a problem? Yes. I mean, okay, they added AR scanners. That's nice. We can get tier 1 in the Bane stuff, which is also nice. We weren't able to test everything, but there are still a lot of problems. And with that 45 gigabyte patch, at least for me, they made the game worse. And that was probably the stream today. The 6 or 7 hour stream that we did today was definitely one of the most miserable, frustrating experiences I have had playing this game. A lot of people that came out and supported it. Certainly appreciate everybody's support for sure. And I mean, we're going to play in season 1. But if this is how it's going to be, and if this is what we can expect from season 1, when season 1 launches, I honestly don't know how much I have left in this game. I don't. And it's very sad to say because I enjoy playing the game and I have fun, but holy shit, are there problems? And holy shit, is my game getting worse? I will have to throw this out there as well because we did do some solo stuff. The AI is way better. Absolutely way better for sure. And they actually attack the target, they throw grenades, they do things, and they actually do fairly well. And so I will have to say that that is a positive. If you're playing solo and only solo, your AI and your AI builds will be relevant for sure now because, yeah, they're much better. Much, much, much better. But other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can say good so far about this patch and the experiences that we've had. I hope these things get fixed before season 1 launches. And if they don't, I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides for just continuing to be completely frustrated and maybe just eventually just completely giving up. Let me know in the comments what your experience was. Like I said, we will be streaming on Thursday when season 1 does launch. And so hopefully that experience is better, but I'm not playing Suicide Squad until Thursday, until season 1 is live. I have fucking had it with this game. I am so sick and tired of it, but I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take it easy and let me know how it went for you. We're out. Peace.